Hello and a warm welcome from the Jungpumpen Forum. Today we are presenting the new Hebefix Pro, the wastewater lifting station from Pentair Jungpumpen. The new Hebefix Pro is the successor model to the Hebefix Plus and the Hebefix Extra. This means it combines the features of both products, and now it can also handle aggressive media, such as saline solutions or condensate from gas or oil condensing boilers. Let's take a look at what the unit has to offer, and for that, it's best if we take a look inside the box. So as we open the box, the first thing we notice, before we even take anything out, is that we have the installation instructions, the most important steps printed on this fold-out panel, and here we also have a QR code that links to the operating manual along with the installation guide. But this way, you already have everything at a glance as soon as you open the box. Inside the box, we first find the plug-in device that is used for the alarm system, as well as the cable for the pump, both of which are essential components for setting up the device. Next, we proceed to open everything up carefully, making sure to remove the transport lock, which is there to keep the part secure during shipping, and then we set it aside in a safe place. So with those steps complete, let's go ahead and take out the container from the packaging. There it is. We'll set the box aside for now. A quick note, the safety instructions are also included in the box. We'll set those aside. Now, let's carefully take the container out of the packaging, making sure not to damage any of its components. As we do this, we can clearly see the sealed container itself, which is designed to keep its contents secure and protected. On the container, you will notice the dedicated connections that are specifically intended for. So here we have the container. The container lid is just placed on top. That means we can basically remove it easily now. There's also a transport lock here, which we can remove. And if we now take a look inside the container, we can see that all the parts needed for assembling the product are included. Specifically, this includes the fan for installation in the pre-wall mounting system, a bag with the flexible connectors, the check valve and the adapters, and the mounting kit for the activated carbon filter in case the whole system is to be installed in the pre-wall mounting system. The pump itself is secured inside the container with the float already fully assembled, making it basically ready to be connected. Let's take a look at the extensive range of accessories that come with the Hebefix Pro, all packed in a single bag. And let's also take a look at the side of the container. Here we have the inlets, and now we can assign which specific components belong where. First, there are the push-in seals, which can be used for the lower inlets, one on each side, and the inlets up here, which are then fastened securely with the corresponding clamps. This ensures that each part is properly placed and attached. I think that's pretty standard. And then here we have the pressure outlet, which is also secured with a clamp via the flexible outlet elbow, so that the connection to the non-return valve can be made. That means the appropriate fittings are included in the package, which are of course carefully sealed and protected so that the valve and the pressure outlet are properly assembled and can transition smoothly and securely to the subsequent pressure pipeline, ensuring a reliable connection throughout the system. On the tank lid, we then have the ventilation. The ventilation can optionally be routed into the installation room. For this, there is the activated carbon filter. Of course, it must be removed from the bag and then installed accordingly. Optionally, there is of course the possibility to solve the whole thing via pre-wall installation instead of venting into the room. A sealing plug is included for this purpose. This then seals the tank ventilation accordingly, and you would then use the activated carbon filter, which is inserted into the pre-wall installation system, along with the cover plate and the matching lid, to integrate the whole thing visually into the pre-wall installation system. This makes it possible to replace the activated carbon filter quickly and easily at any time. As additional options, we have the plug-in gasket for the lid for the inlet of a wash basin. For this, the lid is broken out. We have the option to hang it on the wall, and the 4 screws, very important, which then seal the container lid to be pressure tight. You really don't need much for the installation. We need the hole saw in the different nominal sizes, generally to open the inlets DN40 and DN50. A socket wrench is also helpful for tightening the clamps. But you can also use a regular screwdriver, and of course we need that as well to screw on the container lid. After opening the inlets, you might want to consider deburring everything accordingly. A knife is always useful for this, and the seals should be well lubricated so that the pipes can be connected properly. Now, to discuss the further product advantages, I suggest we set the container aside and take a look at a cross-section model, because with that we can present the individual product advantages much better, especially by taking a look inside the container. We've prepared everything here, and now we can see the Hebafix Pro as a cross-section model. We can immediately see that a green pump is installed here, specifically the U3 Special. This is the pump that is typically equipped with a mechanical seal at Jung Pumpen, making it suitable for aggressive media as well. Inside the tank is the float switch, and in this case the float switch is a special version. The point is that we have low switching levels. The pump switches on at 110 millimeters, so even low shower trays can be connected. The pump itself has been installed in the center of the tank using a new mounting system which makes it significantly more stable. And if we look at the inlet or the side view of the tank, we can see the pressure outlet, which I can route to either side as needed. We then have two possible inlets. For the lower inlet, an additional baffle plate has been installed to prevent turbulence at the inlet, which improves the pump's venting performance. And if we look over to the side here, we can see the indicated connections, the black line for the pump and the gray cable for the alarm circuit. Let's take a closer look at two details that are particularly important to us. One of these is the vent opening of the pump. This is located in the outlet elbow. In the past, a hole was drilled there. Today, there is a plug here, which is open in its delivered state. Don't be surprised. Water will spray out there as soon as the air is released. This also creates additional turbulence, which keeps the tank cleaner overall and reduces maintenance effort. Additionally, we have the reed contact, which is installed here on the side wall. This ensures the level-dependent alarm activation in case the pump, for whatever reason, should fail to operate. Let's take another look inside the tank. Here's another important note. There are 4 screws in the tank lid, and of course these must be tightened during installation. I've now loosened them here and am removing the tank lid. This way we can take another look at the setup from above. Here we can see for one thing that the pump is secured with a fitting and a wing nut, making it easy to remove. Additionally, during installation, we can decide whether to route the pressure outlet to the left or to the right from the camera's perspective, which offers significantly greater flexibility. A fundamental feature of the Hebafix Pro is that it can be used in multiple ways, either as a surface-mounted installation under the sink or next to the washing machine, or within a pre-wall installation system. Installation is possible in all standard commercial systems. This is of course a huge advantage in favor of the Hebafix Pro, especially when there are higher demands for design in bathrooms, perhaps even in basement bathrooms. Let's talk again about the fundamental purpose of the Hebafix Pro. The Hebafix Pro is a grey water lifting station. This means we can connect various grey water sources. This could be the bathtub, the shower tray, the wash basin, but it could also be more aggressive media, for example from a water softening system. Here media containing salt with up to 15% salt content can be pumped, or condensates with a pH value of greater than or equal to 2.7. This means that connection options are available on each side. We have 2 inlets in DN50 on each side, as you can see here, and we also have the option to connect the wash basin from above in DN40. If the product is used in a pre-wall installation, one important detail, we always recommend connecting a drain hose. That means a hose that is connected here with a clamp and can then be secured to the tank. This way, if something ever goes wrong, I can drain the tank before opening it in the pre-wall installation using the 4 screws. It's also important to note that the tank is considered pressure tight up to 0.08 bar, which means up to a fully filled wash basin. Let's take another look at the level-dependent alarm system. This is controlled separately via this plug-in device, which is included in the delivery. In this case, the plug-in device is also equipped with its own socket. This means it is switched through, can be used for the pump, and of course can also be used for another device. And you can see down here there is a potential free contact. This means there is the option for alarm forwarding. Smart home applications are very popular nowadays in this context, and of course they can also be connected wirelessly here. Jungpumpen products are generally very durable. Nevertheless, we at least have to consider replacing the pump unit. For this purpose, a one-to-one replacement can be carried out here in the HEBIFIX Pro, namely with a standard U3KS Special, which can be obtained through the usual distribution channels on the market. All that needs to be done is to remove the strainer basket, and the standard float of the U3KS is then replaced by this float fork, which can easily be mounted with a screw using a Torx drive. By the way, a frequently asked question concerns the washing machine. Can the HEBIFIX Pro also handle wash water from the boil wash cycle? And the answer is yes, provided the washing machine has a suds cooling system. In that case, it only pumps out at a maximum of around 60 degrees, and the HEBIFIX Pro can handle 60-degree water for a runtime of 10 minutes. Combined with the usually present residual water, which has cooled down, this poses absolutely no problem for our product. In summary, we can say that the HEBIFIX Pro is a powerful unit, easy to install, and therefore the ideal solution when it comes to retrofitting grey water systems with reliable backflow protection. In that sense, there's really no way around this product. If you enjoyed our video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more unboxing and product presentations. See you next time.